Hi, and welcome to another video by Jimthecarguy. Today we have a 2004, it's a Malibu Classic, which is a 2.2 liter engine, and we're going to be changing all of the fuel injectors. Up front, I'll show you what I'm going to do, and then we're going to get started. So let's go up front. Okay, what we're going to do first is we're going to start the vehicle up, and we're going to let the fuel pump run out of fuel first. And the way we're going to do that is we need to have these lines empty. One, you can open this up here, and you can press that Schrader valve and release the fuel pressure. That's one way of doing it. You have to be careful because fuel is going to be spraying out. The way I usually do it here at the shop, I will come over to the relay box, which is right over here, and we're going to look for the main relay to the fuel pump, and we're going to disconnect the fuel pump relay. Right there you can see, fuel pump relay is number 18. Number 18 is right here. This is our fuel pump relay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the relay out like this. We're just going to put it here to the side for now. We're just going to put it up over here and leave this apart. And now we're going to start the vehicle up and let it run until it dies out. We're going to try one more time. Okay. All right, that's what we wanted to do. So now we know that the fuel rail is out of fuel. There's no more fuel inside the rail at all. What we're going to do now is first thing we're going to do is we're going to take off this air cleaner, this air intake right here. The way we're going to do that is we're going to take off that hose right there with a pair of pliers. We're going to take off this snorkel right here, and we're going to relocate that out of our way. And there should be a clamp down underneath the bottom right there, just like this one here, that we're going to unscrew, and we'll take this cover here off so we can gain access to it. All right, then we just put our wrench on here, just like that. Just break it loose. Usually really not that tight. And be careful when you take them off that you don't have any residual fuel in there. Always make sure you have a rag handy just in case. Doesn't really matter. And now our fuel lines are disconnected. We just rock it and hold a little bit of pressure on it. And this we're just going to pull back. I think we're going to disconnect our cables here just so we can get that fuel rail up and out without any problems. These two 10 millimeters here, we're going to take these out and we're just going to move this off to the side. These two we're going to pull back as well. I am going to disconnect this other line right here, this vacuum line, this one. We're just going to put that down here. And now we're going to unscrew our fuel rail. One is here, and that should come right out then. So 13 millimeter. Hold on to this. See that little clip right there? We're just going to push that little clip in like that. Now I need two hands to do it. We're just going to push this clip in right here, and then we're going to pull the injector plugs off. Same thing right here. Push it in. Hope you can see that. We're going to push in right there, and we're going to pull it off on all of them. As you can see, getting those off is sometimes a little pain in the rear end. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to pull that rail up, and I'm going to try it a little bit better. We're just going to grab the rail and just rock it and pull it out. And now I'm going to try to get that plug out a little bit better right here. All right, so that's what the rail looks like. Now we're going to take it over here. We're going to take out these little clips right here. And we're going to remember where these plugs are all situated because that's where they have to go back on. So let's put this over on the bench and we'll continue over there. Okay, now we're going to take the injectors out. Now you want to make sure that you have the injector plugs in the same location. So if you're not going to remember where it is, get yourself a marker and just put a little mark on the rail so you know where each one of the injector plugs is going to face. All right, next thing we're going to do now is we're going to turn it over and we're going to take these clips out. You want to be careful that these clips don't go flying across the room and you lose them. So we're just going to pry these down just a little bit with a screwdriver. And we just take the clip off, just like this, and place it down. Same thing on all of them. And then we just take the fuel rail. Now you may leak a little bit of fuel, so have a rag underneath it. And you just take it, and you pull the injector and rotate it. Just like that. Okay, so that's all our injectors. Obviously, these are injectors. You want to make sure that that O-ring there came out of the engine and didn't get stuck in there. Now this one you can see I pulled it out, but that O-ring didn't come out. The O-ring is actually stuck inside right here. So you just get in there with a scribe or a screwdriver and you just pull it out. Okay, so you take each one of the O-rings out. You want to be very careful that you don't damage anything by scratching it. So be very careful. Okay, and now we have all of the O-rings are out, and all of our O-rings are out on the injectors. Let's grab the new injectors. I'm going to show you what they look like. They will come with new O-rings. They usually are on there, which they are. You can see it has the new O-ring here and here. Okay. Now we're going to get some clean motor oil, and we're going to put a little bit of clean motor oil on both top and bottom O-rings right here. So let me grab some oil and we'll come back. What we're going to do is we're just going to put some on our finger just like that, and we're going to put it around each one of the O-rings. Now a lot of guys use silicone. I've seen some guys use WD or any kind of lubricant like that. I always use motor oil because you don't have to worry about it causing any problem. Take this and we just push this in just like that. Now it is a little tight going in there, just so you know. Okay, so now we have all three of them, all four of them in. We're going to take our clips and we're going to put the clips back on just the way that they came off. We know that they were on this way, so that's the way we're going to put them back in. Okay, so now that's our injectors. They're all marked and facing where they belong. Now we're just going to put a little bit more motor oil on here because I wiped some of it off, and then we're going to put this rail back in the car itself. So we previously took it out, being careful. Remember, we cleaned those out down there, so we don't want to knock any debris down inside there. And then we're just going to have slight pressure, and you'll feel it pop right in. And we're going to put that one bolt back in here. Now, just so you know, I am going to temporarily put this bolt back in, but we need to take this out later on. All right, but now we're going to tighten down that bolt right there. Okay. So now our fuel rail is back in. It's tightened down. Now we're going to plug each one of the injectors back on. And you're going to plug them on and you're going to wait to hear a snap when it locks in place. All right, now the next thing we're going to do, we're going to start putting our fuel rail back on right now. You don't have to over tighten them because the actual, there's O-rings that actually keep it from leaking. So you're just snugging it down, both of them. Okay. We're going to reinstall our vacuum line where it was on the pressure regulator. And now we're going to take our cables and put them back on as well. Okay, next thing we're going to do now is we're going to reattach our cable for the transmission. We put it over the top like this. And now we take that little lock clip that we previously took off and we're going to put that back on. Be careful not to drop it. Okay. And now our cable for the transmission is now reconnected. Alright, so now our fuel lines are all connected up and onto there. Now we're going to lay in our air breather assembly. We're good to go. So let's just talk about what we did and make sure everything's connected correctly. Okay, so our fuel injector rail is put back in. We tightened up the two 13mm bolts to hold the rail in. We reinstalled our feed line and our return line and we tightened them up, snugged them. We put this clamp back onto the hose. We reattached our accelerator cable and we reattached our transmission cable here as well. We reinstalled all of our vacuum lines here and we tightened up that bolt right down there that holds the fuel rail in place. We have our snorkel back on and tight. Our switch is plugged back, our sensor is plugged back in, and of course our clamp down there is tight as well. And this is locked back in place. So that's it, we're ready to fire it up. First thing we're going to do is we're going to put that relay back in, and then we're going to turn the key off and on a couple times to pressurize the system. Right, we're going to put our relay back in, plug it in like that, put our cover back on, screw it down. And now we're going to just cycle the key a couple times to get the fuel pressure up. Now we're just going to let it run for a little bit. Okay, so that's it. We're all set. I am going to actually back this to the door so I can let it run for a little bit just to make sure that everything is okay. I will put my scanner on it to go through to make sure that everything is firing correctly the way it's supposed to be. And that's it. This job is done and out the door. Before you let it go, though, make sure you check to make sure you have no fuel leaks anyplace. Very important. That's it. We're all done. All right, so let me take it back, finish it off, and then we're on to the next one. All right, as always, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.